Sorry. Sorry. Oh my god. We're moving away the things that might actually... Alright, you guys keep the water in your mouths, please. 1, 2... Ready? Oh, that felt kind of good.
Okay, it's at 20. I told you, bro.
Hell yeah.
Okay, can I put it up to... Okay.
I want more.
Ah!
Oh, that's kind of nice. Oh, it woke me up.
Take it off! Take it off!
No!
I'm turning this
My
film.
collar!
Alright, this is
my collar!
Pet dog!
Fuck! I broke my computer screen. I broke my computer. This is my computer now. Okay, we're gonna work on this. We're gonna work on this. I'm gonna work on this. I don't have anger issues.
Distraction? There's no distractions going on here. I don't know what you're talking about. Wait, I got this. I got this.
I don't know. We're not putting them. You're using my one-piece books. You're not reading them anyway. You're not reading them anyway. You're never gonna read them.
Andrea took my one-piece books and she put them under her DJs. Andrea, use your own
You
book.
don't even read them. You have 40 books and you don't read. You don't read.
But can we talk about something? Why is it this photo? Why does everybody have a fantastic photo and this is a screenshot from a random PCL stream when they used to make us wear the little golf shirts that don't even make sense? I'm not even looking at the camera. What is this? What photo do you want? Oh, well, I would love the same photo I have on Instagram and Twitter. Wait, did we change? We did it! Yeah! Hell yeah! Hey! Who made me 37, you asshole? Whoa! What are you doing? You came.
So again, for the context, try to read Jen Shahade. Shahadi article from... Fight.
Mob slip.
Okay.
I slipped.
Okay.
Didn't mean to ruin the moment.
Scared the shit of me.
Yeah, my bad.
Question, trap question. Who are stronger in this position, bishops or knights?
Well, you said it was a trick question, so even though it's an open, typically bishops are stronger in open positions. But Dina said it's a trick question, so the answer is knight.
The trap in the trick question was that there was no trap.
Wow! Who does this? What type of cruel game is this? You see me when I'm down and you continue beating me.
Looks like 339,000 now in the pot.
I'm calling it right now. This is a queen.
No queens.
I will literally tip you $20,000 if you put a queen. 20 grand.
Even Magic can't do that. And Botez again. Are you kidding me?
Top 100 female poker owners.
That's it. Did you crack it just now?
I really need help.
With what?
I'm running late and I've been trying for 10 minutes to put on my shoes and I have used every muscle.
Ask Vila.
No, he doesn't. I need you to pull my, please. I'm so
Not
late.
during this game.
No, I need.
I'm not during this game.
All you have to do is pull.
Vila's right there.
Vila doesn't have the muscle it
Yes,
takes.
he does.
Please, I can't put on my
Andrea,
shoes.
Vila can help you put on your shoes.
No, you don't understand.
Andrea.
You know what?
This is why we... Andrea, I implore you, get out of here! Andrea! No respect for my rating grind.
You know what I think about when I think about you?
I don't want to know.
I think about the time I got you to buy at 2 a.m. in the morning. And you told me, Anna, there is some bread in the apartment. It's a little moldy, but you can just cut off the mold. My grandma used to tell me that mold is good for your stomach.
That's what grandpa would do.
And then, you know, the funniest thing was, oh, by the way, Anna, I'm not sure why, I've had a little bit of stomach issues.
Sorry. It's okay.
Pizda mercy.
Sorry.
Stop.
So, how's it going, Andrea?
Did you hit your goal today? Okay, I think I tuned in at some point and you were listening to some weird song and then you lost this guy who was farming you and you're like, well, what does he have on me? Well, actually, he has a better title and he's beat me a few times and he has a higher rating, but and then you tried like coming up with something to like boost yourself up and you're like, until, and then you just...
Okay, test. We're on delay. Landon, say something. What'd you eat for breakfast today?
What did I eat for breakfast? I didn't eat anything yet for breakfast, but if I were to eat breakfast, I think I'd cook some eggs or some stuff that I have to cook before the WPT voyage cruise ship
Oh,
thing.
you're doing the cruise ship thing?
Yeah, doing the cruise ship thing.
Oh, that's so exciting. Except for me,
Do it.
because I don't like boats and I would just be thrown up the whole time.
Doing the thing.
Well-
Really? You're not a boat person?
No, I get motion sickness really easily. And I've never been on a cruise and the idea of it scares me because I just know I wouldn't be having a good time, you know what I mean?
Mhm. Interesting. Wow. Okay.
Chat, for those of you who don't know, he's going to be playing a ton of poker tournaments on a cruise ship, so it's pretty cool. And also, hello, welcome everybody. Friday, happy Friday at noon Pacific, we're going to be doing a free roll. I'll do the instructions about half an hour before. But before we do, we're going to start with our usual poker lesson. So I'm going to be just mostly focusing on what Landon is saying so that I can retain things. So if I miss things, I'm sorry. All right. Let's get started. You can see my screen?
I can.
Okay, cool. Honestly, I think we could power through maybe all of these.
Nice.
Okay.
You can speedrun them.
Yeah, we could speedrun for sure. Let me just
You can go for that.
adjust this here. All right. So ace 6 off. I think I just wasn't sure what to do with this hand here in the small
I think
line.
fold is good.
Fold
I
is
think
good?
fold is good.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. We're speedrunning, so I'm just going to keep clicking because I think I just want to get through all of them.
Nice. Yeah, just keep clicking, and then if I have to go back and look at something, I'll be like, oh.
If
that
you need
was-
to explain something, yeah. Okay, so here we're looking at the 5s. Let me just adjust my scene. Okay.
This
12
guy's all in for how much? For 9?
Yes, and I have 12 bigs, so I shoved with 5s.
Oof. It's close. It's annoying. It's probably okay. I'd say like 6s is in for sure. So like
Okay.
it's just kind of that difference, but I think 5s is gonna be fine. Let me check.
Yeah, you check, and I have to fix your camera in the meantime because I changed the scene and it looks funny.
Cool. All right. So he shoves from 7. Low jack. Yeah. Okay. So 5s is barely losing as a call for 9. So or for 10. So if he's jamming for 8.7, it's gonna be fine.
Okay, that's...
Uh,
Damn it.
it's-
So, I mean, it felt really marginal, for sure.
Yeah, it is. But it's just good enough. So it's fine.
It's just good enough? Okay.
It's like 6s is like happy in, 5s is like okay, like I guess.
Okay, that makes sense. And one correction Chance told me to do is to shove like 10% less because people are more likely to call against me. So maybe then this one I shouldn't be shoving.
Well, it's different when you're calling the shove versus shoving yourself, right?
Fair.
So like this guy just put in 9 bigs where he's gonna be the blind anyways, and then it's different if like you're gonna be the one shoving here from the low jack with 5s, but 5s is still just like a good enough hand that it's not it's not in that 10% threshold.
Okay.
Like
So,
like pairs retain equity well. So
Okay.
I would jam this as you, and I would call the 8.7.
okay.
So
And
you did
if
good.
and if he was jamming 10, then I don't. So it depends on how much he's jamming.
Correct. If he's jamming 10, it's like just barely out. So if he's jamming 9, you're just like, all right, I'm in.
Okay. Okay, great.
Yeah, so good call. Yeah, good job.
Helpful speedrun, thank you.
Yep.
Okay, 8 of clubs. And I have 14 bigs.
Okay.
And I wasn't sure, do you call? Do you shove?
I think you can min raise, call off a jam. I think this is correct because your hand is really good. If you had ace-8 offsuit, I would go all in because it doesn't play very well post flop, and you don't really want to give the big blind the chance to defend. But ace-8 suited is a very good
I think
hand.
he shoved and I folded.
Okay, I would call. Yeah, I would call
Okay.
for sure.
What's the logic for calling? Okay, so my stress with calling here is that any pairs I'm flipping, and he could have he can likely have higher aces, because would he be doing that with like ace-4 suited, ace-5?
Yeah, so he can. It looks like on the button for a big blind, like ace-9. Well, just kind of mix induced. It's gonna be fine to raise. But I'll send you a picture of the big blind range. So the big blind is gonna be putting in pairs, and he's gonna be putting in some worse aces. So the idea with flipping is like there's just a dead pot in the middle, right? There's your 2 big blinds that you don't have anymore, and then the extra ante plus the small blind. So flipping is just going to be something that you're going to have to do.
Okay.
And sometimes you're going to see ace deuce off from him, and you're going to be in a good spot. So this is what the big blind. This is the big blind jamming range versus your open.
Okay.
So he's gonna have deuces plus. He's gonna have like ace deuce, ace 3, ace 4. Because those hands are.
But this is what freaks me out, because like it feels like most of the hands I'm like okay, ace-8 offsuit no, but ace-9, ace-10, ace-jack, ace-queen, ace-king, ace-king, ace-queen, ace-jack, ace-10 suited, all those. But it's still a shove.
It's still a call off, yeah. And the idea is just you're hoping, because the ace makes it less likely they have the dominating ones, and then sometimes you do dominate them on the very off chance. But the issue is that you have too much equity to fold, as if he has deuces and you start folding these flips, he starts printing money by jamming big blind. Because now he's risking money without needing to flip.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, welcome to poker tournaments. I'm ready to gamble.
Okay.
And you just like, because sometimes you're just gonna have the worst of it, and like that's just okay when there's dead money in the middle.
Okay. Okay.
As foreign as a concept as that is, like
I don't like it. I don't like it, but I'm trying to understand it. Okay.
It's like, let's say you have 30% to win, but you're getting 50% on your money. It's like, oh, I'm just making 20% by putting the chips in.
No.
And it's just like it sucks. Like it doesn't feel good. It's like, okay, like take my money. And then
Okay, next 10. Thank you, Radio Universe, for the 35 months. Appreciate it. Okay, next. I like this speedrun. It feels efficient.
Yeah, let's do. Yeah.
Get
to the important stuff.
Hang on, I need to change the scene. Okay. 1 sec.
Raise ace jacks. This is good. I would call off anybody if they jam.
You'd call off anyone?
For sure. Beat him in the pot. Hand too good. He has worse suited paint. Like if you open the cutoff, he's supposed to jam like jack 10 suited.
Yep. I definitely called here. I think my question was, what if they both jammed? That was my question.
I think you would probably have. Fuck, let me check.
Because I remember asking myself this while playing it, and I think that's why I wanted to mark it.
I want to say I would fold, but it's close.
That's what I was thinking too. I was like, okay, obviously if it folds to me, I shove. But if this guy goes all in.
Okay, so here's what you actually do. Okay, that's what I thought might happen. Okay. Because your stack is 30 bigs, they have 13.5, they have 15.5, and then the big blind has 14. You just go all in here yourself. Your hand's just so good that you have the offsuit aces that you need to get called by like a7 suited from the button. And
wait, so I shouldn't have min raised. I should just shoved.
Correct. You should just shove because you're 15 effective with the deepest stack, not 30.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, that makes sense. So I need to be playing it against the effective stack of my opponents instead of my actual blinds.
Correct. Like, just because you have 30 bigs doesn't mean they have 30 bigs. So if everybody had 30, of course you would just play a raise and it would be great. But because there's 15 and you have the offsuit ace, you're just gonna be all in here with the strong ones. Like you're gonna be all in. You're gonna be all in here. Let me go back. You're gonna be all in here with like ace 7 offsuit and better. Like just because you have an ace, your hand's really good, and if they call, you're just gonna have some form of equity. Like even if they have pocket sixes, like, and you have one overcard with, if they have eights and you have a7, you're still gonna have like 30%, 27%.
Okay, so I'll adjust that. But let's say I got myself into this situation. This guy goes all in. I call.
I think I would fold if it just goes like all in. If it goes min raise, all in, rejam from big blind, because the big blind's not really incentivized to put chips in the middle. So when he does, like the big, probably. So if you have ace jack suited, I would definitely call, but the machine doesn't even like calling off ace 10 suited in this spot for you. So I think ace jack off folding is gonna be completely fine.
Okay. I just want to make sure that he folded and I shoved. Okay, yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, you call. Yeah, good. And like this is fine. Like him having threes is perfect. It's like, okay, I didn't pay the big blind or the small blind, and we're flipping with a dead pot.
And
so
of course,
this is good. This is
lost the flip is what it is.
Lost the flip. The game goes on.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, next.
Womp womp.
Okay, so we're gonna look at this hand where. Oh, this is when I thought I was supposed to lead from the big blind, and I wasn't sure, and I wanted to check it out.
Okay, let's see. Normally, a lot of leads
just...
are going to come from, you're good. Normally, a lot of leads are going to come from like low boards. Yeah, like this.
Low disconnected. That's what I thought.
Low connected, right? Because 6-4-3 is connected. So you probably have leads. I just don't know if you get to lead a hand like this. It can't be called the worst thing in the world. But most of the times when we do want to lead, we want to have some hands with equity. Like let's say we have a hand like Queen 5 suited here.
No, I lead so many hands with no equity.
Right. So when you're out of position, you're gonna want to have some equity.
Yeah.
Like this might still be fine just because it's button versus big blind. But I would imagine the majority play here with your hand is going to be something along the lines of check decide. And then if you have a hand like Queen 5 suited, you're gonna want to be able to play some leads.
Okay, so with Queen 5 suited, I could have led.
Yeah, well, things like that, right? Like hands like King 5, hands like Jack 5, hands like 8-5, hands like 8-7, right? With it like a gut shot. So those things are going to be most of the time. So like Queen 10, like your hand leads some of the time. Queen of Spades, 10 of Hearts. Queen of Spades, 10 of Hearts is checking because you don't block 2 backdoors. Like you see how the Queen of Spades blocks backdoor spades.
Yeah.
But the 10 of Hearts doesn't really interfere.
It doesn't do anything, yes.
Correct. So if you have Queen 10 with 2 suits, you can lead, like Queen of Spades, 10 of Diamonds. You can lead sometimes, but the majority of play for you is going to be check, but lead's not going to be the worst thing in the world.
Okay, sounds good. I basically had in my notes, like, small board can have leads, but I'll just think about my hands too,
and like,
as I should.
You're going to want to lead some pairs too, like, just important thing, like, you don't always need to have, like, equity to the nuts. You can just lead hands like King 3, you can lead King 4, and the idea is if you lead King 4 and they start folding ace high, that's still pretty good for you.
Makes sense. Okay, so here ace 9 suited in the big.
Yep. Oh, you raised free. You raised under the gun 8.
Yes. Oh yeah, sorry, you're right.
You're good. If this I was gonna say if that guy jammed, you would call. If the 10 big blind stack jammed.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, this guy leads. I would never lead. Okay, sure. I would just treat the lead as a check.
Oh, okay.
Calling here is gonna be fine. Calling here is gonna be fine. Raising here is gonna be fine.
Okay.
Turn ace, that's good for you.
I was confused by the lead.
Yeah, it's not really much of like a strategic thing. More just like you flicked out a big blind.
Okay, and so I wanted to bet the turn, and then I kept panicking because I couldn't decide how much to bet and what I was trying to represent, and then I panicked and checked. And so that's what I have in my notes too.
What would you be trying to represent?
Well, I thought about it because we have an ace on the turn. I wanted to represent some like medium strength hands that he might be willing to call. So that's the thing. I was trying to figure out like what could I pretend to have. Maybe
Okay.
like a king, small king. But no, I can't because I raised under the gun. So I can only have high kings. I could have pairs. I could have ace X is the most likely. So I'd be representing exactly what I have. Oh, thank you so much, XL Lee, for the raid with 832 viewers. I don't know what you guys were doing. You were chatting.
They were vibing.
You guys were vibing. I'm sorry. There's gonna be a 5-minute delay, but thank you so much. Okay, sorry. Yeah, back to the hand.
Cool. So in this spot, the way that I would see it is, what is the worst hand that I want to value bet as myself on the turn? And the answer would be an ace.
Yes.
If I have, but like something to remember, any ace is going to chop unless it's ace king, because there's ace, 7, king, right? So ace jack is worth the same as ace 9, which is worth the same as ace 4.
Right.
So in this spot, my worst value bet would be an ace and flushes, and then a king I would have to check because I'm not going to get called by much worse.
Right.
So now I have to think about, okay, what size would I want to bet all of these things in the same bucket? Because I don't want to split my sizes. I don't want to have a size for flushes and a size for an ace.
Right.
Because it's too hard to balance both of them. So the size that I would default here would be like half pot. And I think half pot's going to be okay, where a king still has to call. Some small pocket pairs for him with a diamond are still going to have to call. And then if we don't improve, like let's just say we don't hit a 9 or river and ace, we can just check and we got some value from hands that aren't going to call the river anyways. Or if bad things happen and a diamond comes and goes check, check, we could still beat a hand like king 10 of hearts.
Okay. Okay,
so I think half pot's going to be good. Half pot's going to be good. The worst hand I would bet is an ace.
Okay.
And I'll go from there. Checking is completely reasonable too. And checking and then bluff catching river, where like the river's clean. Yeah, okay, the river's like not clean. Put a few checks. Okay, you just pay. Like it's one big blind in the 8. We'll see what
I
happens.
pay and I get yeeted.
Oh, look at that. Small pair with a diamond. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I was confused here post flop, so let's see what happened.
Queen 5. There it is.
Trying to make it go a little faster.
Yeah. Okay, good. Yep, have to call pre. Okay, nice. We have a pair. Pairs are good.
Pairs are good.
Pairs are pretty good.
But I checked to them.
Okay.
This is confusing because now they're both calling.
Yeah. So it's confusing. We can just keep it paused for a second. Honestly, multi-way is something that is very, very tough for everybody that plays poker, because not that there's not like answers for it, but the answers are harder to find. Because when it comes to multi-way solves, nothing's really going to be perfect. We don't really know what ranges look like or whatever. But in this spot, it seems like we have a good top pair, because the 5 has extra equity with the 6 and the 3, where we can make straights on some turns and some rivers, and sometimes our 2 pair outs are clean, and that's great. And also, if you look at the pot, there's already 13 big blinds in the middle.
Right.
I don't think it's the most unreasonable thing in the world to just play this hand fast and just be all in.
Really?
Where like sometimes you're gonna get called by a better queen, like sometimes you're gonna get called by queen 10 or whatever. But at the same time too, we're also gonna want to have hands that we just shove, like combo draws, like nut flush draws, like pair plus flush draws, where this hand might just be okay. I would play call or I would play jam. I don't think I'd play a weird raise. I would only choose between those two options. And I think that jam might just be okay, but calling's gonna be fine too.
Okay.
I wouldn't fold by any means.
Yeah, I think I just called, and then the king comes, which is not as nice.
Yeah, king's not great, and like this is part of the reason of like jamming.
Why you want to
is
jam?
nice,
Yeah.
Is like even though you might get called by things that are, call it, better than you, sometimes you fold out equity from hands like king jack with a club.
Yeah.
And like that's good too, you know. So there's always like those positive negative forces at play of like, oh, I could get stacked by better, but I also get things with equity to fold. I also get called by flush draws, you know. So it's never perfect. Okay, cool, right? So like in this instance, call it, right?
Mm-hmm.
A jam would have worked out pretty well. Where probably would have got called off by 10-8 of clubs and held.
Mm-hmm.
But just because somebody c-bets from like cut off into 2 people doesn't mean they always have like a good, call it a top pair even.
Yeah,
right?
totally. Okay, so between shoving and calling makes sense.
Yeah, good result. It's a good result.
Okay, so here I was like, I think on the flop either fold or shove, but shoving is giving him too many good odds, so I think I fold. So I folded this hand, but I was not sure.
Let's see what we got.
Squeak, you're dropping your seeds on me, boy. Oh, wait. Yeah. Hang on, let me adjust the scene really quick. Okay, we're good. So we're looking at the ace-4 hand.
Yeah. Just fold pre.
Just
sure.
fold, yeah?
Yeah. Because the hijack opened, he 3-bet the cutoff, right? Ace-4 suited this deep is not that important because we're trying to make top pairs. Like, making flushes doesn't matter here.
No, that makes sense. I think when I look at it, that's what I think I should have done too. Okay, 10-8. Okay, so here, I wasn't sure about post-flop. I was like, I don't think anybody has a king, so I'm going to just get them off their hand because they seem weak.
Okay, let's see. So from this early, I wouldn't play this many limps. Limping is going to be like a fine strategy like later if you're like hijack, cutoff button. And this is kind of one of the hands that you would want to use from there. I don't think it's that important.
So I should have folded this?
I think fold pre is fine. Okay. I think fold pre is great. Okay. Yeah. And then if you're later in the hand, like, but then again, that's like developing limping strategies because like if you're limping weak hands, now you have to start limping hands like ace king, start the limping hands like pocket eights, right? So it kind of makes your strategy a lot tougher.
Yeah.
So I would be okay with just folding too.
Okay.
I would check flop here against 5 people.
There's just too many people.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay, I was just sensing a lot of weakness and I wanted to try and steal.
Yeah, I think that this is reasonable because you're going to be the one that has a lot of kings. When you have a king, you're not going to c-bet the flop always. And I think the size you can choose maybe might be a little bit bigger, like just because you want to get some more value with the king, but it's going to be fine either way. Not that big of a deal. Okay. And you have equity. Equity is good. You can river a flush, and that's a good hand. So I think this is fine.
Okay, great. We can move on to the next one.
Yeah.
Ace-3 off. Wasn't sure about post-flop play.
Let's see. Yep, I'd always call pre. If the button opened, I think there's a good case to be all in. But because he opened from earlier, I would not be all in. Okay, check. I like this check on the river. This river check is nice, I think. Nice. And I would call here, for sure. All day.
All day. All right.
All day.
I think...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is fine. That's fine.
You did.
It's fine. It's fine. It's good. No, I think, let me check, but I think that line is really good. Like, point being, you have an ace of diamonds, which is nice. You have equity. You can get some better ace highs to fold sometimes on the turn. Like, let's say he has ace-8 suited or whatever that checks back, like ace-8 of clubs. I think this might be just really good. Let me consult the machine.
It did not feel good.
It doesn't feel good because you lost the pot, but it looks good to me because I'm not invested. Normally how this works, huh?
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so for him, like, he's supposed to range bet the flop because you have so many garbage cards. So he didn't want to do that. So that's fine. Let me just quickly like add some checks to his strategy. Okay, cool. Wait, have to add enough checks. Okay, cool. No, not continue. Turn size might be a little bit bigger, but maybe it's fine. I'm not sure yet. Let me look. Because I'm thinking that like my worst hand. Nope, it's gonna be fine. Like 40%'s fine. You're gonna bet your hand only. Like you're gonna bet very little. But if you are gonna bet, you can bet with the ace of diamonds because you have a lot of equity. Bet 40 call. River ace of hearts. And you check. Yep, it's a pure check. You play great. This is good.
Okay.
Yep. This is good. Even though you lose money, it's fine.
Sag. Okay. Next.
Yeah. Yep. Good hand.
All right.
I know. All the time I keep telling you good hand, you lose money, but
Seriously though. Oh my god, this hand was not fun.
Not fun. Normally the hands you lose aren't very fun.
No.
Losing with aces, that's.
Yeah, no. Yesterday was a lot of brutality. A lot of brutality against such a nice Canadian.
Yeah. It's really fucked up.
No, it is. It is fucked up.
I like the 3-bet size. 3-bet size is nice. 3x is gonna be fine. The squeak cam is live too. Okay.
I thought my hand needed some protection because of the 2 spades and the queen 8, so I went for half pot.
I think it's good. I think it's. Let me check, but I'm pretty sure this is correct. I can just also just run this in real time. Load back first consent. Queen 8-3. Okay, cool. I think this is good. And your reasoning for the bet size is good too.
Okay.
Like he's a lot of like Broadways that connect. Okay. So it looks like on this spot, machine likes range bet for quarter pot.
Quarter pot. Okay.
Yep, quarter pot. But at the same time, if we give it half pot strategy where you're gonna play some half pots and some checks, you're gonna bet aces all the time. You're gonna bet all the time. So it's gonna be completely fine to play this strategy as long as like if you play the half pot size, you're gonna be checking back like pocket 9s, pocket 10s because there's a queen, which isn't that great for you, and then some ace kings with no backdoors. So
okay.
If you want to play half pot, this is fine. Turn king, that's a bad turn.
That's a nasty turn.
Nasty turn.
I didn't think I could keep betting here, but I don't remember. I think I just checked.
I think check is good.
And then I get yeeted again. This was like all of yesterday.
Yeah, what he jams?
Yeah, he jams, and I'm like, no, actually, he didn't jam. Sorry, he only bet 11.
Oh,
so maybe
I would just call.
Maybe it was too small to fold. Really?
It is too small to fold. I would just call. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You just like you can just make. You don't win really, but it's like okay, I got infinite to 1 on a call. He bet 11 into 65. You have to call 11 to win 77. Like you get a really good price. You have like 15% or less pot odds.
I was just like,
you have to win 1 in never, basically.
I just didn't see what he'd be doing this with. I just felt like I was getting extracted.
You probably were getting extracted, but like sometimes that's okay.
Sometimes you just gotta get extracted.
Yeah, like sometimes he might just have like 7-8 suited. Sometimes he might just have 8-9 suited, and just be like, oh, I don't win, but I block full houses, and I'm gonna lose to showdown value. You know, you never really know. In most cases, you're probably just gonna see a hand like a flush, but that's completely fine.
Okay.
Okay,
fair.
it's fine. Yep.
Next.
It's not a happy spot. It's not like, oh man, I love calling here. My hand's worth so much.
I do not love calling there.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the ace-10 hand, and I was unsure about what to do on the river. But let's first see that the rest is okay.
Yep, call here is nice. I think 3-bet sometimes. It might be a little bit too weak. Maybe ace-jack off for sure. Ace-jack off, good 3-bet hand. Ace-10 can be fine, probably. Yeah. Cool. Call's good. Turn 10, that's nice.
Yeah. I thought I'm still supposed to check though.
I think you can check sometimes. I think I would want to check weaker 10x's more, and then ace-10 because it's your best one.
Okay.
Is a nice one to go for some bets. At the end of the day, it's not gonna be that big of a deal between betting and check calling.
Okay, and here was my question. Okay, so you would have led on the 10. I'll note that.
I would lead sometimes. I think check is good too.
Okay, and then on the turn here, I was like, well, it seems like he has something.
He does.
So I tried to check to him, hoping he'd try to make a little stab at it, but I don't know if I was supposed to bet here or check.
Okay, I would never bet river here. Like I would never lead out of position in this spot. So we just have to hope that he has a worse 10 that's going to go up for some value, or he has a flush draw that missed.
Okay.
Or he tries to take a polar action and just jam for
that's what I tried to do. I'm pretty sure I tried
and it
to
would be
check.
good. Like if you check and he jams, you just beat him in the pot.
But unfortunately, I checked, he checked, and I was like, oh, am I just getting no value? No value Botez today, you know what I mean?
It's not about no value. It's more about like if I'm gonna bet the turn, I'm gonna bet the turn and the river because you can get good value with the best 10x.
Okay, so it's more the strategy where since I didn't do it on the turn, I can't do it now.
Correct, because you check call the turn, you can't lead the river. But this is kind of a good reason why Ace 10 wants to bet the turn a lot, is because you're still going to get called by a 9, you're still going to get called by worse 10s, and then on the river you still have the betting lead that you can still bet and get called by worse 10s and sometimes a 9, because you're going to have Queen Jack, you're going to have King Jack, you're going to have some spades that miss for flush draws, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of bluffs that you can have. So Ace 10 is a very, very clean value hand here.
Okay.
And sometimes the under the gun player might rarely have a better hand than you, like an overpair that checks back, but I doubt people are checking back like jacks on 9-4-4. So you're going to be completely fine going for 2 streets of value here.
Okay, makes sense. Get and Sos, thank you so much for the 5 subs, 5 minutes into the future. Appreciate it. Okay. 9-7 hearts. Wasn't sure about post flop play. Let's see it.
Like how the spreadsheet has if you lost or won the hand too.
Yeah.
It's like 9-7 win, 9 aces lose.
It's funny.
Okay, I would fold. Yeah, fold pre. Just fold pre.
Fold free. Okay.
Yep, fold pre. 9-8 you can consider calling.
Honestly, I think I knew I was supposed to fold pre. I was just getting kind of angsty.
Valid.
Yeah.
Valid.
Which I shouldn't do, but every now and then I'm like, fuck it. One gap versus we rock and roll.
The urge. I get it. The compulsive urge.
But I need to be better. I think that's why people play so many tables. It forces good habits versus when you're playing 2 tables and you're.
Yeah, 2 tables kind of gets boring sometimes. But
Ow!
At the same time, like.
Sorry, Squeak bit me. He's being really annoying today because he's trying to eat my keyboard. Squeak, chill, bro.
Squeak's gotta chill. Someone's gotta put Squeak away.
Yeah, seriously, Squeak has to force a chill.
Yeah, so here, like, I guess you can bet the turn, like no equity turn bet's gonna be kind of fine in position where we're not risking much if we get jammed on or whatever or raised.
Mm-hmm.
So. But like at the end of the day, here's kind of where the more problems occur when playing pre-flop. Because now we have this hand, and it's like we have to kind of bluff.
Yeah. So this.
We have to hope he has diamonds that fold. Hope he has 4x of diamonds. Hope he has like 2 pair that might like deuce.
Oh yeah, and I didn't need to go 35. I told myself I should just bet like 75% if I was trying to bluff.
I think this is kind of nice actually. I think this jam is nice because you're trying to say that you have like a straight. Or a set.
Yeah.
Right, like you're trying to say you have pocket 6s, which is still gonna be worth a lot.
And he had a set, so he calls all day.
Yeah, he has a set, so whatever.
But the jam was not terrible at that stage.
I don't think so.
Obviously, I shouldn't have gotten there.
I don't think the jam is bad because you're betting very infrequently here, right? Your range is literally sets plus because you should not have 2 pair. The board's queen 6-4 deuce 3.
Yeah.
You have sets. You have straight.
Yeah.
So for set and straight, you can probably just go all in for value.
Okay, sounds good. Not like anybody believes me, and you know what? I don't blame them.
They don't believe you.
They don't. Nobody believes me. I've been getting out of line too much, and I am just always getting called off, and I've had it.
You've been getting out of line.
I have been. Maybe
gotta be out of line sometimes.
Yeah.
But sometimes you gotta be in line.
This is true. Okay, so 10-9 suited, and then. Oh yeah, this was a really weird 3-bet size, no?
It's a little small. It is small. But I would call every time. Cannot fold. He should go a little bit bigger, I think. I think 6.5 is gonna be good. Maybe 6. Just because of the stack depth. But if you had 25 bigs, 5 big blinds is good.
Okay.
But you have a little bit more. All right, check fold.
Check fold.
Yep, can't continue, no backdoor, and the stack depth's shallow.
Okay. So I checked. I don't remember what he did.
What do you do? Yeah, I would just still fold.
Okay.
Sucks. It sucks and it's annoying because he bets so small, but like our hand is like just at the cusp of being able to continue. Where if we had a backdoor,
I think here I tried to bluff because I was like, at least I have 8, 9, 10.
Yeah, and it's potentially reasonable if you have a backdoor flush draw suit because you can turn some equity.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
So if I had any of these, so if I had any of the 3 suits on the table, I could.
Correct. Let me check though. I just want to make sure I'm not spreading misinformation on the internet. Yeah, like you have 10-9 of diamonds and the 7 comes, like you have to be all in now anyways. But
yeah, so I have to go all in with this play now.
Yeah. At this point, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what else can we do?
Literally nothing with how I played the hand.
You got him though.
I did.
Forced his hand.
Well, yeah, like when I play wrong, it goes better, but that's not what I'm trying to learn here. I'm not trying to be.
Let me check.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, cool. So with 10-9, you're correct with the instinct, but you need a backdoor suit.
I need a backdoor suit. Okay, that makes sense. That's been my trend. Like I keep bluffing with a little bit too little equity.
Yep. So you just want to make sure you have enough of the threshold where like it's a good idea. Like 10-9 of spades is like a pure check raise. Like you just do it every time. 8, 9, 10 backdoor straight flush draw. But with the other suits like 10-9 of diamonds and 10-9 of clubs, you're raising sometimes, but not all the time. You're raising like 20% of the time if you're lucky.
Yeah, it makes sense. Whereas I see those and I'm like, rock and roll, baby.
Yeah, and it's a good instinct to have. It's just a matter of like calibrating it to some extent.
Okay, makes sense.
Like honestly, doing it pure, but like having a backdoor suit is just going to probably serve you very well. But doing it without the backdoor suit is going to lead to problems where, let's just say this guy has ace queen of diamonds, and then he calls the check raise, and then on the turn he turns a flush draw and he has to call you off. Like that's very ugly for your kind of hand, right? Because now you have 10 high versus ace high, and
okay,
very sad.
That makes sense. Thank you, a moment, a lovely, for the 8 months. All right, we're looking at the pocket tens.
Yep, good hand. Okay, tens here. I think you can just be all in.
I can be all in. I don't.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So I wasn't sure whether this would be a 5 bet, right?
It'd be 4 bet.
Four
you
bet?
raise, he 3 bets, you 4 bet. Yeah.
Okay.
You can just be all in here, I imagine, just because playing out of position sucks. Sometimes the board doesn't really help you very much. Sometimes you get folds from 3 bets, and then sometimes you flip versus ace king and win.
Okay. I think I call.
You can also call. You can also call. It calls them, you completely fine, but just kind of know that being all in is on the table.
Okay, good to know. With what amount of blinds though? With 40?
45. 45 is fine.
45 and under, yeah?
Yep, 45 and under.
Okay. Squeak, you look so weird on camera, eating your little blueberry. Yeah, I mean,
big blueberry fan.
He is. He loves them.
Yeah, Chewy has doves. They're big blueberry fans too.
Oh, I didn't know they like blueberries too.
Yeah.
Okay, so here I'm just getting screwed. Because now there's 3
that's
hard.
fine. Yep, that's okay. I would just check fold the turn.
Okay, and I think that's what happened.
Yep. Can't fold flop, your hand's too good. But then on turn, it's like, well, my hand stinks.
Yeah, so here I can fold even to that size.
Yep. And his size is good too, right? Because he just pressured you so hard.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Yep, it's just a good hand.
All right.
If you had tens with the heart, you can't fold, but no heart, you allow.
Okay. All right. King 10 of spades. Okay.
Oh, it's funny because this is the same. It's the same timestamp roughly, where like you're gonna play this King 10 while also getting the pocket tens. I think. No, probably not. No, because you King 10 the other time too. But
oh yeah.
Okay, so King 10 pre, you can also consider 3-betting. Good hand to 3-bet.
Okay.
Flatting's need fine too. Oh, nope, never mind. Yep, it's the same timestamp. Cool. It's just the other table.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. I see it now.
Yep. So here, multi-way, I think check is going to be fine. I think small bet's going to be okay too.
Okay.
I'm okay with checking though because we don't have a diamond and we're playing against 3 other people, so we can just kind of see what happens. I think check's gonna be okay.
Well, I bet half pot like a crazy person.
I think big bet is scary because anyone that has some form of equity is going to continue. And our hand goes from like a middling strength hand where we can win to potentially just having 0%.
With somebody who's calling with a flush draw or with a flush already, you mean?
Exactly. Literally, someone just has a pair plus flush draw, someone has a naked ace of diamonds, right? Where a lot of the time a turn can come a diamond or a turn can come an overcard, and then we don't really know what to do. So we're sort of bloating a pot with a hand that can't bluff catch very well anyways. So it's a nice idea to play some checks and see what the turn is.
Okay.
And we got a good one. Like the 4 of spades is a good one, but after getting called twice, I think we should check now because someone probably has a really good hand.
Okay. Well,
But we go half pot. All right.
Well, I kept pressure. I was trying to pressure them, but like I'm only getting the worst hands to fold, and me.
Yeah, I think pressure is a good idea. You want to have a hand that is really good or really bad, like more polar in the pressure, where we have a flush or we have a good diamond. Because now this is ugly.
Yeah.
I would fold. We're fucked. We're so fucked.
I was like, there's not that much left, so I think I called, and I
God.
I
Oh God.
Yeah, this was a bad hand.
Oh God, not gonna make.
I feel like we're watching a train wreck.
It hasn't happened yet. You didn't call the all in yet.
No, I didn't. I hope I didn't do that to myself.
But
sometimes you gotta watch your poop. Sometimes you gotta watch how you fuck up.
Yeah.
Like at least tell me I folded this train wreck. Like we cut the losses.
I'm scared. Because like if you think about the line, like not even from poker. Okay, fold's good. If you think about the line, not even from like a numbers perspective, it's like the human line was you bet into 4 people, and then he called after someone else called, and then you bet again into those same 2 people, and then he raised you, and it's like, okay.
No, you're right. You're right. Well, I can't look at this anymore.
No, you're good.
Mistakes were made.
It's more just like partially just like let's say you have a hand like ace of diamonds 10 there.